Zoran Mamdani is officially mayor of the country's most populous city, and many are concerned about the future of public safety and policing in the city. He has walked back his former stance on defunding the police.
Defunding the police, you obviously don't believe that anymore, right?
Yes, I've said that very clearly.
Said that time and again, right?
The tweets that I wrote in 2020 around defunding the police, that's not the position that I hold. And I'm running for mayor to deliver public safety in partnership with the police department.
Right.
And there's also language that I've used in those same tweets, which I've apologized for to police officers directly.
To discuss, let's bring in Tom Smith, who is a retired NYPD detective, retired former FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, and co-host of the Gold Shields podcast, and Vickie Paladino, who is a New York City councilwoman representing Queens. Great to have you both on this historic day. Detective Tom, I'll start with you. Zoran Mamdani has just been sworn in, and we're looking here at Bernie Sanders, Bill de Blasio. We also saw Eric Adams over there, many in the Democrat Party who have turned out. How do you see public safety shaping up under his leadership?
Well, you know what? The NYPD is the best department in the world, and they're going to continue to do their job, no matter who's in City Hall, no matter who's in the mayor's mansion. They have a job to do, which is very complex, and they have to just stay focused on what they need to do, and that's keeping every citizen safe and every tourist that comes into the city safe. But the other part of that is the leadership of the NYPD. They need to step up and make sure that that message gets across to the men and women on the street, that their leaders have their back regardless of who's the mayor. What they've said in the past, their tweets or whatever, they need to know that they're backed up when they're doing their job and the difficult job that they have to make sure they're safe going home at night, but making sure, again, the leaders of the NYPD have their back during this administration.
Yeah. Well, many are calling this de Blasio 2.0. We're looking at individuals there, too, from the de Blasio administration. But Mamdani is already stirring controversy in the infancy of his tenure. Just before his inauguration, Councilwoman, he appointed Ramzi Kassem for New York City Council, Chief Counsel, rather. Kassem once defended Al-Qaeda terrorist Ahmed al-Darbi back in 2014. Now, al-Darbi pled guilty before a U.S. military commission to conspiracy in connection with an Al-Qaeda terrorist plot to bomb a French oil tanker, which killed one civilian and injured several others. This appointment, unsurprisingly, has outraged many. Do you fear that this could just be the tip of the iceberg?
Well, absolutely. You know, what everybody's forgetting here is that he's laid this all out for us in his last few weeks right after the election, when he started to name his transition team. I appreciate everybody's optimism. I really do. I watched the segment prior to my coming on, and kudos to Nan and John Tobacco, and hello to you, Tom. Happy New Year. But let's get down to brass tacks. And what Tom said is absolutely correct. It's about the leadership. So thank goodness Jess Tisch is there. Let's see how long Jess Tisch could stick this out. Because when you have people like Ramzi Kassem taking head of the council, this is absolutely ludicrous. This guy should have been deported. You know, whenever I talk out like that, everybody's heads go up on fire, you know. It seems like I'm the only one who's calling out exactly who his transition team is made up of for public safety. We have people who want to abolish policing. They wrote books on it. We have the other one who worked with the Black Liberation Army. She's on there. This is a team of who's who. It's going to be a rough go. I want to see, when I watched him on that little segment that you just did with Morning Joe, every time he smiles, he's lying. This guy is a wolf in sheep's clothing. But like Nan said, and I'm going to get on that bandwagon, and I'm going to adjust accordingly and adopt a wait-and-see attitude. I am a sitting city councilwoman, somebody he's got his eye very close on. And I want everybody to be aware of that, because right now, Vickie Paladino's in the bullseye. And You like what I have to say? I'm going to keep saying it. I want to make friends with this guy. There's no question about it. I have to work with him for 4 years.
Sure.
Let us find some common ground here. But because I am outspoken and I choose to tell people what is actually going on, there's a little bit of controversy behind me. Bring it on, because I will always tell the truth.
Yeah, I mean, Councilwoman, that leads me to my next question. We also saw back in November when Mamdani and President Trump, they met at the White House after months of trading blows in the media. But at least for one day, they seemed to put their animosity aside. Let's watch.
I think you're going to have, hopefully, a really great mayor. The better he does, the happier I am, I will say. There's no difference in party. There's no difference in anything. And we're going to be helping him to make everybody's dream come true, having a strong and very safe New York. And congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Please.
I appreciated the meeting with the president, and as he said, it was a productive meeting focused on a place of shared admiration and love, which is New York City, and the need to deliver affordability to New Yorkers, the 8.5 million people who call our city their home, who are struggling to afford life in the most expensive city in the United States of America.
Detective Smith, what type of relationship do you see for the president and the mayor going forward?
I think President Trump's going to keep his eye on New York, that's for sure. But he's right. The way New York goes is the way the country goes. All right, New York is at the epicenter of this country, economically, the crime rate, everything. So if New York survives and is flourishing, the rest of the country does, and everyone wants that. All right, we just hope we can do it together without it turning bad and then having to rebuild it a few years from now.
Yeah. Councilwoman, what are you most worried about for your constituents under a Mamdani mayorship?
I think what we're all really concerned about is not just economics is very big. Private enterprise, not this government-owned grocery store type mentality. We're also very concerned, most important of all, about public safety. You know, when we see what's going on right now in districts all over the city, there's 51 districts in the city. They are all suffering under ridiculous bail reform and people getting out, turnstile justice. But what we're concerned about just people getting away with all kinds of crimes. He's talking about decriminalizing misdemeanors. You know, there's a very long list of what qualifies as a misdemeanor, different grades of misdemeanors. And that's basically letting it be a free-for-all. We can't have that. We simply cannot. Now, understand state and city. This is determined by the city of New York. The city council is what determines which way we go with law and order. And when they vote in city council, understand this, and I've said this a dozen times, there's 51 council members. Out of 51 council members, 18 or more are DSA council members. They believe like he does. We have a situation here. Where is the common sense Democrat going to finally stand up and say, no, we're going to vote the common sense way? I haven't seen it in 4 years. Now, let's flip a little bit. We got Julie Menon coming in as our new speaker, we hope. She has not yet been elected formally. It's told that she does have the necessary votes. Adrienne Adams went so far left and off the cliff. She disappointed so many people. She was decisive, and she was not a fair person to deal with. Julie, on the other hand, is a straight up common sense Democrat, leans slightly left, leans slightly right, but don't we all? It's the middle of the road. I'm very curious to see how Julie's going to conduct herself. Is she going to take a knee to the left the way Adrienne Adams did, or is she going to stay the course and take care of all 51 council members and be clear that we need that in council. In order for this city to survive, we need that middle line.
Well, no one better than you, Councilwoman Paladino, to elucidate our audience on all of this, because you will be working with Zohran Mamdani. And Tom Smith, great insights as well with your experience with NYPD and protecting us. Thank you both, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Well, when we come back, Zohran Mamdani, he promised to protect Jewish New Yorkers and fight anti-Semitism, but will he follow through and celebrate and cherish Jewish New Yorkers? That's next.